If you've been watching the tech space lately, you already know we are smack in the middle of a massive paradigm shift. Artificial intelligence is literally dismantling traditional software barriers right before our eyes. Just picture our simple stick figure friend here for a second. A few years ago, this solo founder didn't stand a chance against a sprawling corporate engineering team. But today, well, the rules of the game have completely changed. So I've got to ask you a question that is totally redefining the industry right now. What actually happens when a team of one can outbuild a massive tech giant? Just imagine a new reality where having a huge engineering department isn't the ultimate moat it used to be. The traditional, heavyweight startup model is getting flipped entirely on its head. And honestly, it's unleashing this massive wave of highly profitable single-person empires. But to really grasp why this is happening right this second, we have to look at the numbers. The market has shifted, and the median SaaS growth rate, it has totally stalled out at exactly 26%. Those wild 60% hypergrowth boom years we all remember, they're over. The easy money is officially gone. Investors and buyers are just sick and tired of bloated software with terrible unit economics. The market has grown up, and it's demanding capital efficiency. You can't just throw millions of dollars and hundreds of engineers at a problem anymore and expect to come out on top. Section 1. Enter vibe coding, the great equalizer. This is the phenomenon that is single-handedly rewriting the rules of software development. It's the secret weapon letting our solo founder compete with the absolute giants. So, vibe coding, a term originally coined by AI pioneer Andrej Karpathy, is this AI-powered development approach where founders literally just describe their product requirements in plain natural language. And then AI tools, things like GitHub Spark, Cursor, or Lovable, automatically generate the code, the user interfaces, and the logic. It takes all that creative power away from highly specialized technical engineers and puts it right into the hands of the average user who just happens to have a great idea. Just look at the stark difference here. On the one hand, traditional coding, it's highly manual, requires full squads of engineers, and suffers from those agonizingly long development cycles. But then look at the alternative. Vibe coding relies entirely on natural language prompts and multi-agent AI orchestration, meaning one AI agent handles your design while another tackles the backend. It totally unlocks the solo developer. You aren't writing syntax anymore, you're just describing an outcome. And the tangible advantage this gives you is absolutely massive. Vibe coding completely obliterates the dreaded blank page problem. It lets you prototype 3 to 5 times faster. In fact, 74% of developers are reporting a huge productivity boost. But honestly, the craziest part, you can do all of this for under $50 a month in AI subscriptions. You simply do not need a massive venture capital budget to build a minimum viable product anymore. Section 2. The AI SaaS apocalypse. AI native startups. Because of this extreme efficiency, partners over at Y Combinator are internally calling this phase the AI SaaS apocalypse. Tiny, agile, AI-native startups are successfully outbuilding those clunky legacy software vendors. Just look at this breakdown from the Y Combinator's Winter 2026 batch. AI companies now make up over 60% of the entire batch. And notice the distinction here. You've got 28% as AI-native services where the AI just does the job end-to-end, and another 22% as AI-enhanced software. The days of shipping generic software with a flimsy chat box glued on top are totally over. The market is completely saturated with AI-first architecture. And the buyers, they are aggressively following this trend. According to the 2025 SaaS Management Index, there's been a massive 75% year-over-year increase in spending on AI-native applications. Buyers want tools that feature autonomous decision-making and continuous learning. They are completely done paying for overlapping subscriptions that require constant manual babysitting. Section 3. The 2026 Solopreneur Boom. The rise of solo empires. This underlying technology has unleashed a massive economic movement across the United States. In 2026, we're looking at a projected 25 to 30 million solopreneurs in the US alone. And let me be really clear about this data. This specifically excludes short-term gig workers and freelancers. So we aren't talking about platform-based gig work here. We are talking about primary business owners operating independent, long-term businesses entirely single-handedly. These founders are heavily armed with what we can call the solopreneur arsenal. Kind of like our stick figure hero leveling up, they are building zero-employee software empires. And a lot of them are hitting six-figure revenues entirely on their own. They're pulling this off by heavily leveraging those natural language coding assistants to output work like a full engineering team. And crucially, they succeed by owning highly specific niche workflows. They aren't trying to build the next global CRM. They are laser-focused on solving one operational pain for one specific industry.
Section 4. Winning with micro SaaS, highly profitable.
So how exactly are they monetizing all this? Well, they're turning vibe coding into cash by building micro SaaS products. Right now, the target for a successful micro SaaS is generating anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 a month in annual recurring revenue. And because their operating costs are practically zero compared to traditional startups, they can hit full profitability in just 12 to 18 months. And the absolute best part? They face basically zero competition from massive enterprise vendors because the big guys simply don't consider these tiny, specific niches worth their time to serve. If you want to replicate this, here is the exact 2026 validation pipeline. Step 1. Validate first. The math on validation has totally flipped. Failing fast is cheap now, so the winners find a real, paying customer before they ever write a single line of code. Step 2. Vibe code. You use AI to build that minimum viable product in weeks, not months. Step 3. Launch fast. You deploy the tool immediately to solve that specific, painful operational problem your validated customer actually has. Section 5. The new rules of pricing, outcome aligned. But look, building the tool is really only half the battle. You have to know how to sell it, and the old rules simply don't apply anymore. Keep this quote in mind as we talk about how solopreneurs are packaging these new tools. Sustainable growth is now valued higher than hyper-growth with terrible unit economics. Capital efficiency, really strong fundamentals, and an incredibly clear path to profitability. These are the defining metrics for success in 2026. If your pricing doesn't make logical sense for the value you're providing, buyers will literally just look elsewhere. And that brings us to the 2026 pricing trends. Rigid, flat-rate monthly subscriptions, they are dying out fast. They're being replaced by flexible, hybrid pricing models. We are seeing a massive shift toward usage-based and tiered billing, meaning customers only pay for what the AI actually consumes or outputs. On top of that, AI is completely redefining service-level agreements, or SLAs. Instead of just paying for access to a software tool, pricing architectures are now outcome-aligned. You're actually charging based on the magical moments or the direct work the AI completes autonomously for the user.
So, we've seen how vibe coding gives a single person the power of an entire tech company. We've explored how micro SaaS is creating million-dollar solo empires, and exactly how the new pricing models make the whole shebang sustainable. These tools are cheaper, faster, and more accessible than at any point in human history. The barrier to entry has literally never been lower. Which leaves just one final question for you. What niche are you going to claim in the 2026 economy?